Well, you said actually another magic word just a moment ago, which was benchmark, which couldn't have been more perfect. Um, so we're going to get closer towards wrapping up the behavioral part. Remember, we're talking about two predictors of success here for the success of your company in terms of productivity, in terms of employee retention. What we're looking at here with these terrible mishire numbers is a major problem. What we're looking at here is a huge solution, an assessment-based solution that involves a benchmark. Now, you don't have to worry about any of the small print here, but I just want, these are actual pages from an actual benchmark report. What I want you to key in on is the shape of this disc graph. This is a template for success for a perfect sales manager for a company. But what if you had a disc shape of a graph for innovator rock star for your startup? What if you had the perfect disc graph that you were going to want to match candidates up for the perfect operations manager or sales manager for your company? Then you can match people up. What happens if you get a candidate like this and they are applying for this job with you? All I want you to take a look at is what a terrible fit our friend Georgia is for this benchmark for sales manager. This is exactly what you don't want to happen. This candidate accidentally being hired for this job is hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we're not just talking money. We're talking the time that's invested in training this person only to have them leave and go somewhere else. So what if you could get a match for someone who looked like this to match the job profile of this? That's when you're talking about results that are skyrocketing. That's when you're talking about acquiring the right people and keeping them. That is a good behavioral match. And that's really what we aim for. We can create that for you very easily. It's very simple, but very powerful job person matching process. And if you're not using some system like that, you absolutely need to. There was one study that said the results of just using a resume and an interview alone, the success rate was 14%, not 40%, 14% effective. And it still stuns me that this is what most companies do. They're not, maybe because they're not aware that tools like this exist or that they can be used in this manner. I know a lot of people are not aware, and maybe they're somewhat familiar with profiling the person. And that's a great start. But with a focal point coach, we can also profile the job too. So to Paul's point about job benchmarking, this notion of what we're talking about is creating a template for success for any position. Like I said, an innovator, rock star in your company, the CEO, the CFO, profile it. It's one of the best things that you can do because you will have it for the lifetime of that position. So I would like to
Dr. Jenny, just to build a little bit on this point and bring it to reality. So if you are a medium-sized company operating in Algeria, let's say, or even a large-sized company, government or private sector, Sonatrach or Jazzy or whoever you are. So today, if just to give an example, let's say you come to me and say, listen, I have my sales for or my customer relationship officers in a bank, let's say, or in telco business. I have 2,000 sales staff. And this example fits perfectly. Why? Because we will come sit with that client and then co-create that success template, or what would success look like for Jazzy when it comes to the sales roles. And once that is created, then you take your existing team and you assess them and cross map them against your benchmark of success. So upfront, you will be knowing that, say, from the 1,000, there are, I'm just saying anything now, there will be 200 people that need to be immediately relocated because they better fit somewhere else. and maybe 300 of them, they would have to be invested in specific trainings because they are the stars in what they do, and they are fit for that. They have a perfect match with the benchmark itself. And maybe there are another 300 or 400. You need to do a different kind of investment in them. So I just wanted to put this in a bigger context to see how far and deep the impact on the organization overall. That's it.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's really, you know, we're back to this S, just because knowing where someone is on the S alone is worth it, because it tells us how comfortable or reluctant someone is with change. You know, we talk change management. This change, as we enter into the new normal, change is rapid and it is nonstop. So Georgia, this is someone that not only is reluctant to change and needs to be managed and led very differently from someone that's low on the S. We need to, this is not something that we would ever know about someone. So going back to X-ray vision, using a diagnostic tool as part of your hiring and selection, you can't spot this. Like Huda said, sometimes it's kind of fun to guess or whatever, but you can't really afford to guess when it's an important hire, like a sales manager or any hire for that matter. Even if you're needing to operate lean and mean, now more than ever, it's more important to just get a deep dive looking under the hood of your current team as well. So absolutely, Paul, and again, this is where I think focal point coaches come into play in terms of taking these insights and translating into what it means for that company in terms of who they should hire, who they should not hire, who they should consider for a different position.